Sharing my story, it's my story, not his story. When I'm sharing this transparent, giving him the glory. I know you got a story, and you ain't gotta wait. You never know the difference a conversation makes.
Things that make you go, So that's our Christmas tree. Whoever put that out there? My question is, who you think coming to pick that up without you scheduling it? Top of the morning, my lovelies. It's Drina from Drina's Haven 916 and Alternative Life Solutions, coming at you with a quick message. Listen, don't you just love when you get an unexpected check in the mail? I'm always getting an unexpected bill in the mail, so it's so nice to get an unexpected check in the mail. So you know how you can go to the state controller's office website and you used to be able to click on the piggy bank? I think you still can, and see if there's unclaimed money for you. So unclaimed money and unclaimed property. So I have been helping my dad with a claim probably like a year ago, and it was in a certain status where it had passed the point where you could just fill out the form and submit it. So this one had required notary. It needed to be notarized, and in order for it to be notarized, we had to go to a notary public. So my dad, he didn't like to leave the house. He had gotten to a point in that I think he had agoraphobia. Like, he just didn't want to leave the house. And I had spoke with his doctor about it in his presence, and he didn't deny it. He didn't say, no, I don't, you know. So it was kind of tough getting him to his doctor's appointment sometimes, because we would schedule and then have to reschedule, because at the last minute he will be like, I need you to reschedule that. I'm not feeling well today. And I'm like, oh, really? You're not feeling well? So, we definitely need to go to the doctor. Well, no, I just didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I stayed up late or whatever. So anyway, we never got the paper notarized. So when I ran across that paperwork, I was like, oh yeah. Because I even remember going as far as, I think I hired some company to process it, so he wouldn't have to leave the house. And we had totally forgot about that. So anyway, I'm not really sure what to do about that now. I think there's something that I could do about it, like advise them that he is deceased. Breaks my heart to say that. But anyway, I ended up putting my name in to see if I had any unclaimed property. And so I have some unclaimed, I had unclaimed money. So one of them was in the status where I could just go ahead and, you know, fill out my name and all the stuff, click, acknowledge, whatever, and submit. So anyway, I think it took maybe 2 weeks, and I had forgotten about it, but I got a check in the mail. Now, the check, because it comes from the state controller's office, I also have direct deposit with in-home support services for my two recipients that I do in-home support services for, and I get the check stubs from the state controller's office. So I thought it was just a check stub, and I don't be opening them. I just file them away. So this one particular one was sitting in a stack of papers of mail, and I just so happened to open it, and lo and behold, I'm telling you, it was a check. Put your hands on the wheel. It was a check. What you know, I'm on my way to the bank, and I'm going to deposit it. I could probably do a mobile upload, but I need some cash right now. I need cash because I need gas. And I'm refusing to max my credit cards out for 2021. That is one of my financial goals, which I'm going to do another video about your goals and resolutions. And your goals are not to be told. They are to be shown. And so I'll talk more about that later. But anyway, I just wanted to tap in with you all this morning. And I hope you have a blessed day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it, and I shall let nothing and nobody disturb my peace of mind. In Jesus' name, amen. Talk to you later. So I'm about to pull up to the bank, and I had to make one stop at my supervisor's house. talk to her about some work stuff. And as I was driving off, I had a thought. I was kind of like daydreaming while I was driving, paying attention, but daydreaming nonetheless. I was thinking about a couple things. One, parents, step up your game. If you are the non-custodial parent and you have full access to your child or children, and the mom or the dad is not keeping you from them or keeping them from you, then you need to make them a part of your daily routine, especially if you live in the same city and the same neighborhood. You cannot, I can't tell you what you can and can't do. I would just suggest that you make it a part of your daily routine, either on your way to work or on your way home from work, to swing by. This is the technology age. You can video chat, you can text message, and you can call every day, every single day. Make yourself available emotionally and physically. Because if you're not working 7 days a week, then your off days are the days that I would recommend you spend with your children who don't live with you, especially the little ones. Now, our little girls, let me tell you, because I can speak to this because I'm a female. The relationship that you have with your dad, and dads, the relationships that you have with your girls is the one that, how can I put this? It's the one that sets the tone for their self-worth and their self-esteem. The dads, you validate your daughters. The mothers model the behavior of how a female should be and should carry herself. But fathers and daughters, that relationship determines how she feels about herself, the decisions that she will make when she's starting to date, the type of men that she will go after, the way she feels about how men feel about her. And it's really, really deep, and it's very, very important. So that was one of the thoughts that I had. The second thought that I had was that Sade is a crack up. Like, she is like a little real mini me. She is like trying to be a mama bear to my nephew, which is her cousin. So she is so on him about doing his assignments, his missing assignments. And after, when it's time to go to bed, like 9 o'clock, everybody needs to be in the bed if it's a weekday. And I'm already in the bed, 7:30, 8 o'clock. But I'll get up, maybe 8:45 to make sure, like, okay, let's turn off the lights, let's blow out the candles, make sure the doors are locked. Curtis does this as well. If I don't get up, he'll do it. Say our good nights, I love yous, rub noses like Eskimos, all of that. So I noticed that 2 mornings in a row. So this morning I get up and I go to check on Tyler, and he's up. I'm like, what you doing? He's just kind of sitting there. He's like, nothing. And I'm like, okay, all right, well, breakfast will be ready in the bed. You can turn your TV on if you want to turn your TV on. He was like, it's unplugged. I'm like, okay, well, plug it back in. Like, he was like, I was like, you don't know how to plug in a TV? You don't know how to put the plug in the wall? And he was like, Sade unplugged it. And he said that like, I cannot plug that TV up or I'm going to get a whooping or I'm going to get in trouble. And I'm like, okay, so she unplugged the TV. Why would she unplug the TV? But okay. So I told him, well, I'm giving you permission to plug in the TV. So he plugs the TV in. And then so I leave the room. I come back and TV's not on. So I'm like, so did you plug your TV in? He was like, yeah, but I don't have my remote control. And I was like, look, you're going to have to stop losing this remote control. Now it's either in the covers, or it's behind the bed, or it's under your pillow. He was like, Sade took it. I was like, Sade took your remote? Okay. So I go in Sade's room. I'm looking around, and I see his remote control. And I know it's his remote control because his is the one that's missing the back, because they both have the same Google TV, or the smart TV, or whatever. So I brings him the remote, and I'm trying to turn TV on, and it's not turning on. And he's like, you have to look at the batteries. I'm like, what's wrong with the batteries? He's like, she turns them around. I'm like, oh my gosh. So lo and behold, the battery was turned around. So this little girl is mothering him, and she wants him, it's either she wants him to excel, or she wants him to hurry up, get it together so he can do it moving, and life can get back to normal. Because all the attention that she was getting from Curtis is now going to Tyler, because Curtis has taken Tyler on like that is his son. And he is, Tyler reminds him so much of himself when he was 6 years old, that he's really putting a lot into Tyler to help him to succeed. And Curtis doesn't have any biological children, so I'm trying to help him with the balance, because when you have more than one child, you kind of spread yourself. Some need more attention than others, and then you gotta make sure that you're not slacking and you're macking, okay? Period. So yeah, he gonna have to figure that part out. But Sade, oh my gosh, she got me weak. So I'm going to talk to her later. If she doesn't watch this before I get back to the house, I'm going to post this. But I think that is real hilarious and concerning. I want her to be helpful, but she is taking it down what I call East 14th Street. That's a very long street in Oakland that goes from downtown Oakland all the way well into San Leandro. So if you're familiar with the Bay Area, that's a long street.
I know you got a story and you just don't want to wait.